set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats. Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the Saints. We in Tampa Bay, baby. 813 going crazy. Tampa, boy. This Bucs podcast be the greatest. Loose cannons blasting on them haters. And we in Tampa Bay, baby.
What is up, Bucs Nation? It is Thursday, October 24th, 2024, and you're watching the Loose Cannons podcast. I'm your boy Sammer, hanging out with Stank. And a quick reminder, we are now part of the 813 Network, meaning you can find this show in audio and video format, not only on YouTube and, of course, on all of your favorite podcast platforms, but now you can also find it on www.the813.tv, where we have not only this podcast, but also fully loaded inside the 813 with Rock and James Yarko. We've got a bunch of cool video creators and also written content all about the Bucs. So check out the website tonight after the show, or maybe at halftime of Thursday Night Football. And of course, I have to remind you, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. And on your way out, hit the like button and leave us a comment with your keys to the game and your score prediction for this Sunday. Stanker, Creamsicle Week has arrived. Even I'm feeling a little bit festive. I'm embracing it. Massive shout out to what is it? Duveen? Is that how you say it?
I think so, yeah.
Unbelievable quality. They executed the hell out of this stuff. It is awesome. Retro. I feel like I'm in 1976 right now. I think I would have done pretty damn well.
I need you to model it. Like back up a little bit. Show us the threads a little bit. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. That's actually pretty fucking slick. Is the back? Anything on the back?
Oh yeah, I mean there's some stuff on the back.
Oh fuck yeah! Look at that thing, dude.
Pretty dope.
Wow,
pretty dope.
I got my box as well. I don't have it in person yet. So I'll be giving my own personal shout out to them for the merch. Incredible. That really is fucking sick. I can't wait to try it on. Hopefully it fits my fat ass, because I still haven't had a chance to slow down on my eating, bro. I'm eating my things, binge eating, all that shit.
I believe the tops are designed to be larger than they should be, so they're loose fit. So like this, I'm usually between a large and an extra large right now, trying to get myself back down to a large. I haven't done that since high school. I'm getting there, but this is a large. I'm rocking a large right here, dude. Fits phenomenal.
Just so you know, we don't call them tops, okay?
Okay. I mean, because there's jackets, there's sweaters, there's whole different deals, right? So
just
tops
throw that out there, bro.
Calling them tops. Listen, hey, check it out. Stank. It's Falcons revenge week here, okay? The Bucs. Obviously, we played them a couple weeks ago. Wasn't pretty. Much different cast of characters this Sunday coming up at Raymond James. It's going to be decked out in the creamsicle colors. It's going to feel retro in the building. I'm probably going to rock this bad boy. Who knows, man? They got so much, they gave me so much clothing. I mean, it was awesome. So anyway, make sure you guys check them out. We'll drop their link in the comment section or in the description at the end of the show. Stanker, Falcons are coming to town.
Yeah.
Been licking our wounds. I believe the 24-hour rule has expired. It's time to move forward. It's time to look ahead, okay? And let's start off. Looks like the Bucs are not going to be making a trade anytime soon for a wide receiver. They will not be adding anybody. They're going to go in with the guys they have. So that means Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer, Sterling Shepard, Raheem Jarrett, maybe Cam Johnson. Who do you think, personally, of these guys right now who are just kind of guys at this point? Trey Palmer, maybe elevated a little bit higher than a guy. Jalen, maybe a little bit. Which one of these guys steps up or could step up or should step up against the Atlanta Falcons this week in the absence of Mike, of course, and Chris Godwin, who's now on IR until, the NFC Championship game?
Tough to say. I've been hard on the guy because I really don't like his act. He hasn't really been on his best behavior since he's been here, but you would have to stay Sterling Shepard, Bake Scott, built-in camaraderie with the guy, built-in confidence in him. He's the guy with probably the most natural ability on this team, the vet. So he's already said he's going to put it on himself. So that's got to be the guy, right? He's got to step up and be the number one in that locker room. Jalen McMillan's going to have to grow up really quick. Okay. All these guys, Trey Palmer, who's got the confidence. He's just been dinged. I don't think he lacks in that area. I think he believes in his ability. Truly the only real speed, deep threat we have on this team. We're just going to have to attack them in a completely different way.
So of those guys, I think Trey Palmer, having the experience, having done this a little bit, knowing this offense a little bit better than J-Mac, and obviously having better chemistry at this point, more experience, more time working with Baker, I think he's the guy that has a chance here to kind of elevate himself and show that he belongs. And it's his chance. You don't get a lot of these chances when you play on a team that's got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. It's rare. So now that you have this chance, I think Trey Palmer is the guy who's going to kind of rise to the top here for this week. I think Jalen McMillan is going to slowly ascend as he plays more and he gets more familiar with the NFL and everything starts to slow down for him. But Trey Palmer's the guy I'm circling right now. I know Sterling Shepard's got the chemistry. He's probably going to be the guy that Baker's probably going to lean on more. But Trey Palmer has the ability to take off the top. He's got the ability to run every single route that Mike Evans runs. He's not Mike Evans, but he's fast. And he can catch the ball when he's focused and he's dialed in. I think Trey Palmer's set up to have himself a good game, man. Have himself a good day. We moved the ball, obviously, against the Falcons last time we played them. We ran the ball well. We threw the ball well. Trey Palmer, you're set up here, man. You're at home, rocking the creamsicles. This is a shot, man. I think Trey Palmer, he's gonna grow up in front of our eyes this Sunday, man. I'd be proud of him. He better wake up pissed off.
Sammer, and really everybody who's watching right now, I got a question for you, man. Do you believe in magic?
Do I believe in magic or the Orlando Magic?
No, do you believe in magic? Do you believe that there's such a thing as magic?
I grew up with a lamp. What do you mean? I literally have a magic carpet. Yep. So I think it would be safe and fair to assume that I, do believe in magic because it's real.
We need a little bit of magic right now. Okay. Really, we really do. It's I'm hopeful. Yesterday I was down, right? I was the stank you guys all hate, right? Dick it was inverted inside of my body. There was no energy at all. I didn't even have any dick energy. I had a Ken doll energy yesterday.
Yeah.
But I've started to come back from that a little bit, I mean, it is the fucking Falcons. It's Raheem Morris. It's stupid ass Kirk Cousins. They don't really ultimately scare me. And we've just got a band of misfits, right? Nobody knows their name. Only us weirdos actually know who these players are. Everybody else in the NFL is like, who's that? Trey, what? Jalen, huh? Sterling Shepard plays still in the NFL. That's the kind of respect we're going to get now. And, talking about a little bit with you yesterday, it's kind of where we fit, right? That's kind of what we need is just the overall backhanded bitch slap type disrespect because nobody believes in us, nor should they. And so we're going to need a little bit of magic. We're going to need a whole lot of magic. So all you guys with your talismans, your lamps, your voodoo puppets,
any leftover wishes with a genie or two,
leftover wishes, Lucky Charm cereal, salt over the shoulder, whatever it is you do, Sam, I already know, sacrificing animals, whatever it is you got to do, this team needs it. And so I really believe it's time to rely on magic.
Yeah, speaking of magic, though, okay,
yeah.
We got a magician calling plays for us this year. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But
an ugly one.
An ugly one. Yes. But before we can talk about him, we got to talk about the injuries that it's become a thing that we got to talk about every single week. Mike Evans has his MRI. This is, of course, as of tonight, which is Thursday. Looks like it's not anything more severe than what they thought. So it's still that 3 to 4 week window. Should be coming back after the bye. But, Stank, there's a couple other names on there that I'm not happy about. Bucky Irving, toe. Don't like that. That's your area of expertise. I believe that you should be in the building tomorrow taking care of that for him. Whatever you got to do to move your calendar around, you need to be taking care of Bucky Irving's toe. Another name, Raheem Jarrett. This is a good one, by the way. guy practiced full today. So, again, coming back at the right time. We saw what he did in Green Bay last year. We saw what he did against the Panthers. He's got big playability. He's fast when he catches the ball on the go. He could break one out and he could take one to the house. We need a guy like that right now without Mike and Chris. And, of course, Tyke Smith, concussion protocol, did not practice, did not participate today, hasn't practiced all week. I don't like that one. We have not had very good luck with concussions this week. Every single week, it seems we've had a guy on a concussion protocol, and they've never seemed to come back within the same week. So Tyke Smith missing in this game. A game, by the way, when he played in Atlanta, one of the worst games of his life, not just NFL, college. And so, I would kind of wanted him to have his ability to have a little bit of redemption there. But these injuries just keep on coming, man. We get one guy back, we get two more guys to leave. We get one more guy back, two more guys got problems. And it's getting ridiculous, especially in the secondary, man. I need Tyke Smith in this game, but I'm pretty stoked to see Raheem Jarrett come back at the right time.
Yeah, injuries are part of the NFL. Every team has their bouts with these types of injuries. It just kind of hit us all at once. In the most harmful way, I guess you could say. I mean, they're outside of losing your quarterback, losing your star receivers, just about as debilitating. But I kind of shared B-Shuck's sentiment. I don't really care what shape the Bucs are in. We need to win this game. We need to be on our bullshit again. We need to breathe confidence back into this team. B-Shuck with the $9.99 super chat said he doesn't care what shape the Bucs are in. We're gonna have a blast in Kansas City. He can't wait. That's a week away. We can't look ahead. We've got the Atlanta Falcons. We've brought out the Creamsicles, which is it's a bold move. Honestly, it's a bold move that we're not going with the white on pewter. If you're a little bit stitious, you may say wrong time. I don't know, but maybe that's exactly what this team needs, right? They're going to look in the mirror. They're going to see a completely different team, and this is a completely different team. And maybe we get that monkey off our back too. At the same time as we slay the Atlanta Falcons, take a commanding lead in the NFC South, and then move on to those stupid Chiefs.
So they are going to look like a different team, Stank.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to have Chris Godwin. Not going to have Mike Evans. So the offense is going to be a little bit different. Liam Cohen had some words he spoke about earlier today. He was actually one of the guys they talked to. He says, I think the O-line is gaining more and more confidence each week. I do know that those guys believe in being able to run the football. They do believe in coming to the sideline and saying, man, run it, keep running it. And that's great to hear as a coordinator. And I know that those guys will be ready to play. I say all that, I quote him because this team is going to change drastically in terms of how they're going to set things up for this offense. It starts with Liam Cohen. He knows he's got a three-headed monster at running back. Even if Bucky does not play, I believe you're still in a very good situation with a guy like Tucker and a guy like White. White, phenomenal at the backfield. Obviously, Tucker could close out a game and kind of physically wear down a defense. They're going to start to lean on this offensive line, Stank. Since the Atlanta game, they've been running the ball pretty damn well. Right now, I believe they're 10th in the league at rushing, which is insane. We've improved over the season, even though we haven't really realized it. Now the Bucs are in a position to go against a team that the Falcons, who are not very good on defense, in my opinion. We saw that when we were up there in Atlanta. Let's lean on this run game. Let's get heavy. Let's, obviously going to put 10 men in the box that we talked about last night.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I think we're going to see a little bit of a transition here, but we're still going to see creativity from Liam because he's he's a magician. He can't help himself.
Yeah, I mean, we're still going to have to pass the ball. I think Atlanta is probably going to think we're going to lean heavily on the run, and maybe that's Liam just playing a little bit of mind games with old Rahimi over there. Maybe we just come out slinging it to these young guys. I don't know, but we know that we can run the ball against a big, heavy box. I don't know how much experience you have with big, heavy boxes. Lighter boxes, a little bit easier to maneuver through. The holes are typically a little bit bigger, and you don't have it's easier to penetrate. A big, heavy box, bro, sometimes it's dry, and man, that's tough if you're used to having space to work, and then you just get this, megalithic thing in front of you, and you're just kind of like beating your head right into a wall.
I mean, here's the thing though. You know how you beat those heavy boxes? You just keep ramming right into them. You just keep giving them body blows. That's all you got to like. Just
hurts,
keep.
though.
Yeah, it's going to hurt everybody involved. But I guarantee you, the person taking the hit, the person taking that blow, taking that smack, that's the person who's going to hurt more. And that's the person that's eventually going to kind of recede off, and then all of a sudden, you're just penetrating through, you're breaking, and you're making waves, okay? As long as you can make waves, okay, you penetrate, I think you open things up. And once things open up, then you got the young guys running wild, right? And then the defense has to step back. They have to go back. Oh, we're going to have to go to cover two. We're going to have to figure out ways to cover these guys. And that's when it opens things up. But it starts with Liam. It starts with the mentality. We talked about it all season, Stan. Is this team physical? Sometimes they are. Next week, not physical. Next week, fucking physical. Unbelievable. Yeah. This is it, man. This is the week you basically, this next few weeks, no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin. This is when you tell us and you show the world we are a physical football team. You want to run the ball? You run it when everyone knows you're going to run it, and you have no choice but to run it. That's a good running team. That's when you can run it. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Crown with the comment of the day. Poppy slings box all day, bro. That's why he's not here. You understand? That's why he missed yesterday's show, right? Nobody knows about boxes more than lots, which is why it's a shame he's not here right now, because he could lend
box aficionado.
Yeah, dude.
100%.
If you ever have trouble with boxes and you're just not really sure how to handle them, all shapes and sizes.
Boxing, any kind of boxing, yeah.
Right now, he's got several boxes in his hands. He's just surrounded by them. He's sweating continuously. It never ends. It never stops. And yes, Big Al, we are still talking. We never stop talking about football.
Yeah, what else would we be talking about?
What are you even talking about, dude? Yeah. So anyways, yeah, man, you're right. You're right. You got to be persistent. And can a young guy like Liam, you get excited. You're fresh in the league. You got all this young energy, bringing a lot of vigor and enthusiasm and excitement to the table. Exuberance. All those SAT words that I didn't know in school. All those things. You're bringing all that to the table. Now he's injured, right? He doesn't really have everything he's used to, but you still got to get the job done. And a lot of praise has been thrown his way, and I think it's deservedly so. But we're really going to get to see what this guy's made of, along with the rest of the team and the rest of those guys out there who are in this fucking league for a reason. They got to go out and show that they belong here. Otherwise, Jason will be making some transactions. It'll end up cutting heads and bringing in new ones at some point.
A phrase comes to mind here. One that I teach my kids, my youth basketball team all the time. It's, when the tough gets going, we fucking get tougher. Okay. And so, imagine seeing, you're over here warming up. You're 8, 9 years old. You're warming up on this side of the court. On the other side of the court, you got this team, hands in the middle. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I go, when the tough gets going. And all these 8, 9-year-olds go, we fucking get tougher. That's what they say. All right. Real loud through the entire gym. That's the mentality the Bucs need to have. Right now, it's as tough as it's going to fucking get. I don't know how much tougher it could possibly be on the offensive side of the ball. And to make it even tougher, you got a defense that has no idea how to stop anybody at this point, has not figured it out. I don't know what Casey Rogers was talking about earlier today, saying everything on defense is clicking. Man, I would hate to see it not clicking. I don't have what? 500 yards is clicking? Something's not done. I mean, I get it. One thing goes wrong here, one thing goes wrong there. But, man, that's like every single week, every single snap, every single drive. Can't have it. Can't be inconsistent. But, yeah, for the offense, they have a lot of shoulder. They have a lot of weight to shoulder because of the fact that their defense is not going to be able to carry this. And we kind of carry the team on offense. Man, the Bucs have got to be real efficient. And run the ball keeps the ball out of the opposing team's hands, Stank. It's one of the best defenses you could have is a good running game. Keeps the team on the sidelines, slows the game down, gets you in and out in less than 60 minutes, and you're in and out, you're done. You know a lot about getting in and out, getting out quick. So this is that should be the mentality, that should be the approach, that should be the game plan this week against a loaded Bucs, 100%.
Well, I think, Todd's probably had to have a come to Jesus moment this week too. He realizes, man, if that defense keeps leaking the way it has been, we're going to get absolutely rolled. So I'm sure he's trying to, figure out the game plan to slow that Atlanta offense down, which we weren't really successful at doing last time. But this is Todd. This is part 2. And that's where Todd usually downloads it, figures it out, and comes up with a good game plan. We need to win in all 3 phases this week. We need the defense to get some key stops, potentially get some turnovers, maybe even score some points. Offense needs to not beat itself. They need to be efficient. They need to put points on the board. And our special teams, which I don't do PFF. I don't do stats. I don't know where we rank.
The worst, easily.
Stats are for losers. Whatever. As Raheem, used to say, and I still say today, because came up some really gem quotes. But worst I've ever seen. Or it's been a long time since I've seen a worse.
It's been that way for like 10 years. That's what's
it really has. It's kind of odd.
To not even have a punt return for a touchdown in over 12
really
years.
Bad.
That's insane. Like, that accidentally you can return a punt. Somebody slips, somebody's in the wrong spot. Next thing you know, touchdown. Like, it's almost like everything just you got to have a little bit of luck. And every other team in the league has it, but we don't. But back to the point about the defense, we're going to need some guys who are stars to make some star-like plays, man. We're going to need Antoine to do what he did in New Orleans. He's going to come up with the play. We need, Tyke might not be playing. He's been a guy who's been able to create turnovers and whatnot. We need Levante David to get a famous Levante forced fumble, maybe fumble recovery on top of that. We need these guys coming off the edge. If you're sacking that quarterback, swat at that ball first, man. Make it count. We got to flip field position here a couple of times, and we got to make. It's time for the defense to look themselves in the mirror, like you said, Stank. Not just Todd. I think a lot of this is on the players too. The execution on the field, the commitment to what they're supposed to do in their craft, not taking a lazy way out, and communicating, all that stuff. They got to look themselves in the mirror and got to take a little bit of pride. Say, hey, we lost 2 Hall of Famers. Definitely ring of honor guys. The 2 best receivers in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history, currently playing, by the way, which is another fucking insane stat. We are gone. So now it's on us. We are the guys here. We are the studs. Antoine Winfield. All right, you got Kalijah Cansey, Vita Vea, Levante David. These guys got to be leaders this week. They got to step up. They got to look back and see how Seattle was able to punch this Falcons team in the mouth and do the same thing, man. They got to set it early. They got to set that tone from the very beginning. They got to continue it, though. They can't do what they did, play it ridiculously well in that first quarter, and then, tail off the rest of the game. They've got to be just stingy the entire game. And I think if they do that, I think the offense can really settle in and do what they're supposed to do. But, man, it starts up front with Todd's guys. Need Vita Vea, need Kalijah Cansey to really be just monsters from the very first snap.
Yeah, Jordan Whitehead, Antoine Winfield Jr., these guys have to come up and play sound, solid football. We know they're all capable of it. Nobody here's questioning their abilities. They're great players. Right now, the strength of this team is the defense, as crazy as it sounds. If you look at which side of the ball is healthier and less debilitated, it's the defense. If you look at this team and you have to lean on one unit or the other, it's the defense. You can't count on this offense anymore, and at least until Mike comes back, and then you got to figure out, who's going to fill Chris's shoes a little bit. It's going to be by committee for sure. But for now, in a game like this, it's got to be the defense. They just can't give up points at will. They can't bend over and give up the ass and the booty just because they're scared to get beat over the top. They're going to have to take some risks, man. They're going to have to play aggressive, and maybe you do get beat over the top. I don't know, but you can't just sit there and play safe ball, prevent ball. And Todd's smarter than all of us. Everybody in this chat room right now, all of our football IQs combined, and your moms and your dads and your cousins and your dead grandmother and grandfather, and maybe they're alive. I don't know. All of our IQs combined can't touch Todd's when it comes to coaching defense in the NFL. So I trust that Todd will have a good game plan. Will it be enough? We'll see, because it's the players, not the plays, right?
Yeah, the one thing that is a concern for me is Tyke Smith not playing, because we have a guy in KJ Britt who does not play has no idea what he's doing in pass coverage. It's easily obvious at this point.
We need good Izzian then. We need good Izzian.
But here's the thing. Tyke
right?
Smith, people don't realize is saying Tyke Smith does a lot, dude, for this team.
He does.
He blitzes off the edge. He plays nickel. He's in a linebacker position a lot of times. He can fly that back down to safety. He creates a lot of amoeba-like features. Again, the defense looks like it's struggling, but he does bring a lot to the table. Having him just not on the field, Izzian's going to have to play his ass off and be the Izzian that we saw last year with a chip on his shoulder who doesn't just expect to be given a job, who kind of did lose his job to Tyke Smith as a rookie. So it's, again, time to have a little bit of pride, have a little bit of redemption story for yourself personally. These guys got to come out there and they got to figure out a way to stop that bleeding in the middle of that field, man, on defense. If we do that again, there's no, it's going to be hard to beat anybody if you can't shore up the middle. But remember, Antoine didn't play in that first game, Stank. You never know. Maybe he's the guy that slides into that role. Maybe him and Jordan Whitehead take turns kind of, playing linebacker in some sort of fashion. Or maybe they're I don't know. They got to figure something out, man. Again, stuff Todd knows way more than us. I'm going to leave it to the guys with the bigger brains when it comes to this stuff. But need a game from these boys on defense. They got to come out there, play like they did against the Detroit Lions, basically. Just all over the field, making tackles. This is a big game. You win this game, you buy yourself 3 games, in my opinion. You buy yourself a 3-game window because you have the leg up on the Falcons. You go into the next 2 games, not in the division. You have get yourself to the bye, and I think you gave yourself a little bit of margin. You lose this game, you're going to be chasing this one for a while, and you're going to have to hope that the Falcons stub their toe. So this one's a big one. This is as big of a must-win, as much of a must-win at this point in the season than I can remember recently.
Yeah, I think the fate of the season probably rides on this game right here, because if it's ugly, what are we expecting next week in Kansas City? And then, facing a 49ers team who's going to be desperate and healthier going into the bye. So we really do need this game. I'm sure that they know that in the locker room. I'm sure everybody in that locker room, has more than one reason to win this game. They want to do it for Chris. They want to do it for Mike. These young guys want this opportunity. And so from that perspective, they're all going to be out there playing hungry. I think everybody's probably over the shock of what happened. And now it's just they're out there on that field in that cream, ready to actually cream, all over Raymond James Stadium and all over the Atlanta Falcons, which from what I understand, they don't like cream very much.
No, here's the thing. If you remember, and I hope these players remember this too, they celebrated that win in Atlanta like they won the Super Bowl. Okay, This was a massive deal for them for some fucking reason. I get it. You won an overtime game, a little bit of a walk-off fashion, whole deal. But, man, they overly celebrated that. And I want the Bucs to remember that. I want the Bucs to go back and see those videos and remember that taste, how it felt to have the game in hand and let it go and let it slip. I still believe that night the Bucs were the better team. I still think we are the better team. With Chris and Godwin, Chris and Mike obviously gone, it's a little bit tougher. But I still think we are the better team. We need to go out there.
We won that football game. We gave it away at the end. Poor coaching, poor clock management, just
fumbles, penalties,
inexcusable mistakes towards the end. We had that team licked in their house, and I don't know that we fear that team. But I'm sure, everybody's looking at each other like, who's going to step up? And nobody knows at this point. We know Bake's going to come to play. We hope that he comes in looking to serve, not looking to be Superman. You made it clear yesterday. Nobody wants that Baker. I even think Baker knows that. He even came out and said that shit. So it's a sign of maturity, but it's easier said than done. Because if we're down a couple touchdowns, you're just going to revert to what you do, and hopefully we don't find ourselves in that position. Either we shock the world, we come out and we punch them in the mouth and we take control of the game, and we own it into the fourth quarter and we get the win, or we keep it close. But I can't see us winning a shootout. Can't see us, having to play from behind with a deficit. I just not built for that right now. And until we get as healthy as we're going to get this season, we can't afford to be in games like that.
Listen, if any one of you out there has watched the Pittsburgh Steelers up to this point in the season, up until Russ finally entered the starting unit, they were winning games in spite of a lot of missing talent. All right, if that team can figure that out, and it started up front, they're physical up front, and they play solid defense. They get after a pass rusher. Obviously, that's a big part of the equation. But, man, you can win a game by just being the more physical team. You don't always have to be the more talented team. You just got to have a little bit more want, a little bit more grit than the other team, and just a little bit nastier. And that's really where it starts. And I think if the Bucs approach it that way, and if Liam is able to lean on that and kind of save Baker from Baker has to be mature in the moment too, Stank, not afterwards in a press conference. I need to be mature in the moment. If there's nothing there, you got to dump it off to the running back. If there's nothing there, you go to Cade Otton's, slippery hands and hope he holds on to it and gets you 5-6 yards, maybe 9-10. That's just the nature of this game at this point with the guys that you have out there until there's more of a rhythm, until these guys kind of get familiar with what their identities are. And I think J Mac is the guy that I think over the next few weeks we're going to see he's going to grow up, dude. I think he has a ton of talent. He's very fucking skilled. So I think he just needed the opportunity. And now, coming into this season, think about it, Stank. Like, you played sports and you're, millions of years ago. When you go on a team and you're not really going to ever start, it's a much different mentality. Then you're thinking, hey, man, I'm not going to see it very often throughout this entire season. Now, all of a sudden, you wake up, you're like, dude, I'm the fucking man now. Different. It's like when you become a dad. All of a sudden, like, you just clicks. You get, either you click or you don't. The maturity level kind of just snaps in. I think that's going to be something that we're going to see from him. I think he's going to become a vet-like rookie very, very quickly, in my opinion. But Liam, it starts with Liam and it starts with Baker and it starts with those boys up front for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up my athletic ability. There was a time where, I shined out on the court, out on the field, in the streets, where I honed my skills. So I know exactly what it's like to be where these guys are at right now. So yeah, absolutely, man. Sometimes you got to nut up. When you're out there on the badminton court, right? And the shuttlecock is flying at your face, right? You can't shy away, right? You got to get out there and swat that thing over that little, net, right? And you got to show that cock who's boss. And so you can use that as an example of what these guys need to do this week. This Sunday, 1:00 in the time slot we all know and love, right? Night games. Ew, gross. We don't like night games. Cameras everywhere, nations watching. This team doesn't do well unless of course it's a Super Bowl. Then we undefeated. Might as well not even show up.
Don't even show up.
Exactly.
King Cook. Obviously, like I said, we don't have the Steelers defense. I totally said that. And you're right. It doesn't mean anything if we throw picks on drives when we should be scoring points. 100%. Like, it starts with Baker, man. It starts at, like, Baker's got to take care of the ball. We cannot give the Falcons anything easy. Cannot give them short fields. We've got to do everything we can on both sides of the ball to help each other. It's got to be complementary across the field, man. It'd be awesome to see if special teams could pull something off, Stan. Get us an easy score. Get us a flip, a field position, something. Which I know.
Now you're talking about magic.
Yeah, now that's the magic. We need somebody to flip field position. That's the one thing. This offense without Chris and without Mike, if we're letting the Falcons get a couple of first downs and punting and we're getting the ball inside the 10, I think we're screwed, man. Because I don't think we're built without that kind of talent to get out of that situation unless we're able to run the ball. But it's going to be a loaded box. It's going to be difficult. Anyway, Stank, I know you've been pretty crazy with the score predictions.
I think I brought the bots because that bot had the little racket in there instead of normal football.
Oh,
I think saying the word shuttlecock brought out the bots. Crazy.
All right, man.
What? I'm sorry, you threw it to me. Can you repeat that? Because I didn't hear the original question.
I need your keys to a creamsicle victory and your creamsicle score prediction. This is a big one, man. This hinges on you. The whole season hinges on this.
Keys to victory. Well, I already gave one of my keys to victory, and that they just need to tap into that magic, right? They need to come together like we did in New Orleans. This city really needs them right now. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's still in pain from the hurricanes. This whole community, still needs us. They need to find that energy again, and they need to tap into the pain that they're feeling from Mike and Chris right now. So magic, come out there and put it all on the line because this game is that big. So that's key number one. Really come out with that good energy. Second key, man, it's Todd. It's coaching. This is going to come down to Todd showing why he's a coach in the NFL right now. Right, he's going to have to do what he does best and put together just a masterpiece game plan to confuse and hopefully make Kirk and that offense's life a living hell. Because we need to rely on the defense this week while our offense is limping. That's what all good teams do. They complementary football. Defense has got to step up this week and show improve. And third key, man, young guys, man, they can't shrink in the moment, man. They got to feel this, to take the opportunity and run with it. They're capable of it. That's it, man. They got to step up. And score prediction, dude, all season long, I've been extremely confident this team put up points. And we know that that's not going to be the case this week. There's no way in hell we're going to be able to keep up, with what our current rate is right now and just put up, 40, 50 points, 30 points, maybe not even 20. Score prediction this week, 31-12 Bucs in a tight game. tight game.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it, dude.
Tight game. You're going to be biting your nails. But
till the very end. Till the very end. Defense comes through at the end. Special teams with a couple wonderful plays at the end. We push it over the edge. 31-12 Bucs. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, my keys to the game, I've said it every single week, but obviously the trenches, man. You got to be the more physical team, especially in this game. You got to be the more physical team because everything on offense right now is going to hinge on the boys up front, the Hogs, the Grant Bartons, the Tristan Wirfs. Tristan, who, by the way, has obviously come back to full form. He is an absolute dog. I'm so sorry that I talked shit about you for a couple weeks, Tristan. Obviously, you are Tristan Wirfs. I get it, but I had to be critical, okay? The boys up front are starting to grow up. And they're becoming a very, very good and very formidable offensive line. We're going to have to lean on those guys. And then Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey in the trenches on the other side. Need those guys to be absolute monsters. I need them to look at Todd Bowles when he says, hey, guys, hockey line shift 1 coming out. Say, yeah, fuck no, we're not. Okay? No, we're not. You want Logan Hall to sit? Cool. Let him go sit. My name is Kalijah Cansey. I've only played a game and a half. I'm not sitting. My name is Vita Vea. I fucking lost a bunch of weight apparently so I can play more snaps. I'm fucking hungry. Okay, I'm fucking hungry because you made me go on a diet in the offseason, so I'm eating here tonight, and I like me some Falcons. I like chicken wings. These guys look close enough, and Kirk Cousins look fucking delicious, all right? I love ripe, new Achilles tendons, okay? And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to eat them. So that's what Vita Vea's got to be like. That's his mentality, okay? Second key to the game, start fast on defense, okay? Not on offense. You can start fast on offense, don't get me wrong, but we need to start fast on defense for just one time this season. Start fast on defense and fucking keep it going. Keep it going. Blitz the fuck out of this guy. You know what? He's going to beat you if you're going to leave that spot open in the middle. Fuck it. Go, man, and just fucking blitz the shit out of him. Who gives a fuck? If he beats you, I'll take it, man. Take it all day. But I'm not going to sit back, play soft zone, and let him just pick me apart, dime by a million, whatever the hell the fucking phrase is, okay? I don't do those things, those cliches. Go after Kirk Cousins. Guy gets punched in the mouth. He's a different quarterback. Just like you, Stink. When you jump in a cold pool, that thing shrivels up, turtles right back in. You look like a fucking scared turtle, don't you? That's what Kirk Cousins does.
I'm at home with the cold.
No. You know what I'm talking about, okay? You're a pool guy. I know exactly what you are. I just got out of the pool. George Costanza. So that's exactly what the Bucs defense needs to do to Kirk Cousins. Punch this motherfucker in the mouth from the very fucking beginning. You know what? Get a 15-yard penalty. Don't kill him. Don't do anything stupid. But get a 15-yard penalty. Send a fucking message. I miss a little bit of Ndamukong Suh. I miss a little bit of JPP. Yeah. Miss a little bit of those, just assholes on that team. Kalijah Cansey, I see it inside of you, man. I need somebody to talk shit about his mom right before the snap. I need Baker to go up to Kalijah and be like, hey, man, your mom is so fucking fat, and piss him the fuck off. So he goes in there absolutely ready to just fucking kill people. Because if we get that version of Cansey next to Vita Vea, man, it is over, and that's going to be a fast start. Third key, quick passing game. Let's keep Baker safe from Baker. Get the ball out in these guys' hands. These guys are all quick. They're fast. If there's anything good about having a young core wide receivers is that they're young and they're fucking fast. Get the ball in their hands. Get the ball in Rachaad White's hands, okay? Even Sean Tucker. Bucky might not play. He has not been cleared. Or him and Tyke have not been ruled out, guys. They have not been ruled out. We don't find out until probably Friday or Saturday. But you got to utilize these quick passing games. Use that screen game. Get the ball out of Baker's hand and get Rashad going. Rashad has had very good games against the Falcons, especially in the passing game. Last week, terrible game in my opinion for the offense, but Rashad White was shining, man. Go back to that. Find that well. Go to it again and again. And, maybe get these guys in front of him running with those screens. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. I think that not only controls the clock, goes back, helps the running game, extension of the running game type plays. That's a massive key. Score prediction, it's going to be a tough one. Tough one to predict because I don't know if we could score like we've been scoring, like you said, Stank. Obviously, you said 31. I think we could win this game. We could win this game if we show up, we play up to our standards, we play a little pissed off, we play like we watched a team celebrate a fucking championship in week fucking 5, okay? Because that's not when you celebrate championships. It's week 8 now. Let's go out there and punch these guys in the mouth. I think we could do it. 27-17. I think the Bucs figure out a way to just be more physical, man. Just be more physical. Have some fucking pride. Reach down in those fucking cojones and get as much testosterone out as you could possibly get out. And go eat some fucking Kirk Cousins Achilles tendon, boys. I think we could do it.
I like it. I like it. I'm a little scared of Penix, so maybe just bang Kirk up. He can finish the game.
Bang him up.
I don't want that big Penix showing his face here in Tampa, his hometown. Just be too much. So he can stay on the bench. Let's slap this guy around. He says he likes that. Let's see if he really, really likes that here when we're desperate. This is a desperate team right now. They need to bring desperate energy. It's the NFL. Any team can win on any given Sunday. That's the worst cliche ever, but that doesn't matter. It's the truth. They just got rolled by Seattle, not the greatest football team, but they're gritty. They're tough. They run the ball. They don't beat themselves. They got a quarterback who plays within the system, a vet. There's some similarities between us and them. And, we had success against them just a couple weeks ago. So we know that we can, whether we can with the guys we have, whether we are able to execute with the youths that are gonna have to come out there and perform. We'll see. But man, it's gonna be a fun environment. And win or lose, we booze.
The key to this game too is we found a really, really good run game against them the first game. We were running the counters. They were working really well. We stayed away from the zones that weren't working from the blocking standpoint as well as the running backs. I think we lean on that. But listen, they're going to be blitzing Baker a lot. They're going to be like, hey, well, you guys don't have anyone back there that's going to beat us. We're not scared of these guys. And until they do something, we're just going to throw the kitchen sink at you. We're going to load the box. And if you don't run, we're just going to blitz. So they're basically going to run blitz every single down, I'm assuming. And when you have that, that's when you pull out that screen game. Somebody commented that Mike Evans being in the game helps. Yeah, he does. But also, if the team is just going to throw the kitchen sink at you and basically force Baker to be the guy and dare you to beat them with guys that they don't know about as wide receivers, that's when you get that screen game out, man. That's when you beat them a little bit over the top. We saw that happen to us. We blitzed at the worst times in that game against the Baltimore Ravens, and it beat us. That's a perfect recipe here, man. You slow that pass rush down. You force these guys to sit back and be like, hey, we can't rush them nonstop like this. And then it opens up things all across the middle. You got your crossers, your man beaters, all sorts of fun stuff get open up. That's why I think screen game is going to be important. And I think Liam knows that. And I think Liam has that in his bag. He's slowly been adding more and more as the weeks have gone on. Obviously, things are changing now, but I still think this offense can still do enough to win games. It's now going to be more about that defense, which is why they were two of my first keys there, Stank. Listen, guys, we will see you guys on Monday night after a Bucs win. Okay, we're gonna have our victory shades on. It's gonna be. I'll wear this again. I don't care. I'll wear this the rest of the season if they win this game. Okay, I'll go everywhere in this coat. I don't care how hot or how cold it is. I'll wear this everywhere if they can pull this off.
Wait, there needs to be a little bit more on the line. Will you get a custom Creamsicle Ali jersey, hang it right there in the man cave, if the Bucs pull off a victory this Sunday?
So the ones that go up here are game or team issued. To get just a standard issue, like I could go through Jason Light and be like, I need a team issued Ali Creamsicle with the tight, with the tight arm, shoulder deals, the whole thing, the sleeves. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And you know what? I could sign it and hang it up in the theater. Absolutely. If the Bucs, deal, got it, Stank. That's it. That will do it. And
you heard it first. We're also putting our names on the line right now, right? We're putting our energy out there. Just like this team, man, we got to step up our game. We haven't been good enough this season. Last week, leading up, I didn't get my rules out. It was real late. I'm late this week again. It's unacceptable. Somebody on Twitter already called me out, and I'm ashamed of my performance this year so far. It just hasn't been good enough. I've been living on like my past successes.
You've gotten fat and lazy. You've been a fat, lazy
Look
cat.
how bad I am right now. I was caught up in the celebration of just teabagging the Saints like that. I was living off of that too long. And you know what? You can't do that in this league, and you can't do that in this podcast game either. And I realize that, and I'm sorry.
That's why I'm rocking this size large, dude. And you're over there looking chunkier than fucking Roseanne.
I am, bro. You know how puffy my nipples are right now? That tells me everything I need to know, bro. All right. I need to get shredded for KC, and it starts right now. I'm going to go in and eat the last pint of ice cream I have in the refrigerator. And after that, no more.
That's definitely a plan. Never heard it that way, really. Listen, I'm going to get in shape after I eat all this.
Obesity on the list. I'm talking to me. Every time somebody's like, why do you always put obesity on the list? Me, I'm fighting for my life over here.
Cody Mock's dad says, Stank taking responsibility as he should. Most of these losses are his fault. 100%, dude. I've been saying this all season long, that you have been responsible for a lot of the negativity and the wrong things that have gone down. And I think that you're the reason Yaya Diaby hasn't been more of a factor in these games. Because, hey, by the way, guys, did the Gruden last week on one of the episodes? We're trying to get John Gruden to join the boys here on the Loose Cans podcast. Okay, we're gonna do Y2 Spider 2 Y Banana the entire. Yeah, we're working on it. We're gonna get John Gruden on this show. We're gonna ask him about Yaya Diaby, okay, and all sorts of stuff. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna talk ball. Guy's amazing. Listen, I know who won us a fucking Super Bowl. He did. What? Yeah. Also in blowout fashion.
A lot of people don't like him. I might slap him around a little bit here on the show. I'm the voice of the people. So anything you want me to tell Gruden, I'll tell him. I'm not scared of him. And listen, that's not Cody's dad. It's his uncle.
It's his uncle. My bad. I meant to say uncle. Yeah.
Listen, uncle.
But listen, man. It's nice to stay. You're an uncle. I'm an uncle.
Yeah.
We're like father figures, regardless, right? To our nephews. Yeah. Like your grandson, when he's a little bit older, maybe when he's like 1.5, 2 years, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. Just so he knows that I have the fucking authority to slap the shit out of him. And I'm going to do it.
That's an uncle's job, right? He's got to play by the rules. Uncles, they don't got to play by any rules.
Nah.
The uncle's the first guy to be like, hey, check out that rack on that chick over there. Your dad's not going to tell you that, but
he's going to be proud of you when he sees you looking.
Right. Uncle's got to teach you about life. Dad, he's got to make sure you don't get killed early on, that you make it through, your teen years, maybe go to college. I don't know, be successful. Uncles don't care if you die or live. They just kind of toy around with you. And so that's your role. Listen, your nephew's going to be out there in Creamsicle. He's already a ginger giant. I better not see any teeth in there. I don't know if he's been using his falsies or what, but I haven't seen that gap smile in a while. Just look at how beautiful that guy is going to be in that creamsicle gear, the flowing ginger locks, bro. That's like, if he was a Power Ranger, that's his suit for this shit. So
he's going to merge into it. It's going to become part of him. Like it's
really
just like when Venom becomes part of what's his fucking name? It's just going to become him. He's not even going to be able to take the uniform off. He's just going to have to put on his other uniform from here on out, just over top of the creamsicle. He'll somehow be able to slide his pads out, but it's just going to become his skin. He's just going to have creamsicle skin for the rest of the season. And that's when we know we've hit like Super Saiyan 4 with Mach. And then it's lights out, dude. Good luck getting off a block from a guy whose creamsicle jersey has morphed and merged into his fucking skin. What? Get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
We had a super chat a little earlier from John Dick Dingle Jr., $1.99. What a fucking amazing, with a Bitcoin, I guess. He just gave us some Bitcoin. Says, good time to start utilizing our rookie 4.4 tight end. Yeah. May as well use that guy, right? Devin Culp, right? Can we see that guy come out of nowhere and just be, the guy that we need, the hero we need? Hope, maybe. We'll see.
I like his last name being Culp. It's a tough name. And you don't want to tackle a guy with certain names. John Madden used to talk about all the time. Culp is a Culp. Like, that's a football name, man. I want that guy to get the ball, beat the shit out of somebody, man.
Listen, how would old John Madden, announce, Devin's first touchdown catch?
Devin.
Culp.
No, his name is Culp. He doesn't have a first name. It's just
I'm
Culp.
sorry. How would old John Madden, like, give me a scenario?
See that? I just had PTSD from Devin White. You see that, right?
You did.
I just had a Devin White PTSD moment there.
I saw that.
I can't even, like, that's why I haven't seen Devin Garnett in 2 seasons. I have not gone near him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't answer his phone calls. I ignore his text messages. I just don't like Devin White. I don't like that first name anymore. Different spelling, but still, man, same pronunciation. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like him. Yeah, fuck your elevators too, Devin. Fucking elevator guy. All right, guys, listen. Hit the like button. Leave us your score predictions, your keys to the game. Tell us why Stank is your least favorite loose cannon. Obviously, I've ascended to the upper echelon of loose cannons hosts simply because I've accepted the creamsicle. I mean, this looks fucking retro as hell, dude. This might be my new look, man.
Sell out.
So, yeah, I not sell out. I just did. This looks dope as hell. This is my style, okay? Only thing that when I'm walking, I hear Staying Alive just playing in the background. Like I need like it feels like I'm in the 70s right now. Like I'm grooving, right? I can't even dance, so I'm doing like this is the jacket right now, doing all this on its own. Right.
Dude,
anyway,
it's the best era ever. I was born in those years.
I love that music.
It's the years where people really didn't give a fuck, right? Women rocked their bushes, men rocked their porn stashes. Everybody was just letting it loose, eating mushrooms, enjoying the world, come straight out of the 60s. Just
going 026.
Yeah.
Real great. Great.
We need to bring that energy back to the stadium. All you Karens and Kens out there on your cell phones, trading stocks during the game, fuck y'all. All right. Get out of my stadium. I need your young hippie kids to come out there barefoot, stinky, just chest hair, women and men, everybody just flaunting their shit. We got to if we really wanted to be retro, nobody bathes from now until Sunday.
Should I go to the stadium with the jacket, no black shirt, just chest hair out?
Yeah.
That should be the look.
I challenge every Bucs fan right now.
Yeah, fuck no the jersey. I'm gonna go.
Absolutely shirtless out there. You know what? You want to, or at least shirt open, show off the taco
meat. You're gonna look. You're gonna see your package here when you get it, and they got this Cabana shirt, man. It's perfect for the Grizzly, dude. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's you, man. It's got you with tiny little white shorts written all over it, like one of those those old school flip-flops, those fucking shower shoes they called them thongs back in the day, by the way. You in a pair of thongs and tiny white shorts, bro. That's your look, man.
I might even shave the middle and rock some mutton chops with that shirt on.
I think we're gonna have to rock this gear this Sunday. I'm not even joking. It's gonna be hot as hell. I'm gonna wear this jacket. It's gonna be crazy. But you know what? No shirt on underneath.
Just the jacket.
Why not? Right? At that point, I'm sweating through it. Who cares?
Hey,
right?
Just the jacket, creamsicle, Speedo, gold member style. That's it. Who says no?
Probably the police, because you can't just walk around with that kind of weapon just hanging.
All right, put it out there.
Yeah. All right. Hey, hit the like button if you are new. Hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to check out the website www.the813.tv. And listen, a lot of you guys have been complaining about the audio side of things. Well, guess what? Now you can listen to the most recent episode on the channel page for any one of our shows right there on our website. And of course, you can also subscribe, listen, and download on your favorite podcast platforms as well. So we fixed that for you. I had to basically fire a couple interns.
I got attacked by Buccaneers truckers. They were pissed at you.
A lot of
them. They're on their CB radios. They're all talking across the country, complaining how
fuck that brown guy.
Fuck that brown guy. He hates audio. He thinks he's all sophisticated, video only. And they don't really have video in those trucks, from my understanding. Right? They're still back in the 70s doing that shit, and they listen to audio only. So for all you audio only fans out there, we got your back.
Yeah, so now you guys in those trucks can finally listen to our podcast on the 8-track. It's going to be awesome. You guys can finally take that audio and soak it all in. Listen to me in beautiful HD audio. I mean, I get it. So, but you know what? I don't do that. I watch everything. So I'm never going to think about the audio people. But we got an intern doing it from here on out, so it does not matter. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you guys on Monday. And go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
Kickoff, set it off. Go to Vegas, bet it all. Put it on the Bucs win, whoever they gon' play gon' fall. Don't say I ain't told y'all. Loose cannons gon' fold y'all. Yeah, the Heat be 9-3, but it gets real cold in the fall. That's when the season start. Bucs come in 40 hard. Win after win, ripping the division apart. Panthers, they pussycats. Falcons got bird flu. Take the Ravens and Dolphins and open up a zoo. Cause one thing's for sure, better than the Bucs, they show lane. And every day in Tampa Bay, we say fuck the